Hey, welcome guys. This is Gunner in the Video Game Kingdom along with the little tykes. And what we're doing here today is today is NBA playoff Saturday. The playoffs start today. And so what we're going to be doing is a simulation of the playoffs along with our predictions. We're going to just see who the computer thinks is going to win the playoffs, and we'll tell you who we think is going to make the playoffs. So I hope you guys enjoy this brief episode, and we'll see how things go. So we are going to start right off the jump over here with the game. Today's 12 o'clock, 12:30 game that actually is about to happen in 25 minutes. It's going to be Toronto and Brooklyn. Toronto was a huge surprise in the season this year, making it all the way to the third seed. They got a seed that I thought maybe the Bulls or Brooklyn itself would take. And as crazy as that shit is, Toronto took the series. They just had an amazing season. Toronto and Charlotte and Washington, all three, in my opinion, are surprises in the playoffs this year.
I think Chicago was a surprise for me. Once Derrick Rose got re-injured, they
traded Lowell Dang for Andrew Bynum, and then released Andrew Bynum.
And now they got home court advantage.
And now they got home court advantage against Brooklyn, Washington. They got home court advantage against some guys.
I have to say my picks for this year would be.
Hold on. What are your picks for what?
Playoffs.
Well, that's not where we're going right now. We're on a goddamn Brooklyn-Toronto series. Anyways, today's game one of the Brooklyn-Toronto series. With that being said, listen, I think that Brooklyn in real life is going to slow the pace down. Toronto, if it's a fast-paced series and game, Toronto can take it. But I think ultimately it will be Brooklyn that slows it down. The veterans will bang Toronto up inside, and I think Toronto will lose the series to Brooklyn 4-2. I think they will sneak out 2 games.
I think Toronto will not win the series unless they do speed up the game, because the veterans cannot catch up with them. They're all in advantage. Like Kevin Garnett's like 38 or 39 years of age. So
right.
I think Toronto can only win if they can speed up the tempo. But I do predict Brooklyn winning at 6.
All right, Smidge.
I have Brooklyn winning. I actually have Brooklyn winning 5 games.
Okay.
I think Toronto will get 1 game out, but I think the Nets are more experienced. I think they'll slow it down for Toronto.
All right. With that being said, we got pretty good. We got it up here, Chicago and Washington. My favorite team's the Bulls. My favorite team's the Bulls. So to be honest, I'm rooting for them. But I do think they're a better team than Washington. So I think the Bulls can win the Washington series actually 4-1.
The Washington-Chicago series I think will be actually a very good series. Washington's the younger and less experienced. Defense is spotty sometimes, so I think Chicago will win because of their leadership and defensive prowess.
I actually have Chicago winning, like Dad, 4-.
I have them winning in 6, by the way, Chicago.
I have them winning 4-1. And for the Pacers,
Daniel, stop jumping ahead, faggot.
Dude, you gotta slow down. We're doing it 1 by 1.
Why are you acting like you run the fucking video? Anyway, the Pacers. God damn, that kid. I had to tell him twice. The Pacers and Atlanta. And and to all you people out there that are gay that I may have offended just now, I don't really care. Now, Indiana.
Like, yeah, he's gonna apologize. I really don't care.
No,
and
really,
they're like, dang it.
I'm really not. Indiana and Atlanta.
Indiana will win in 4 games. Indiana is a much better ball club than the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks, the only way they could win is if their 3-point shooting is just so great that they score 100 points off a 3-point.
Now let me explain to you that David's comment is completely biased. That's why you notice I didn't give a long description on the Bulls Wizards, because I didn't want to be biased. I'm a Bulls fan, so I didn't really talk about it.
No, Atlanta does not have...
He's a Pacer fan.
The Pacers have better matchups against the Hawks.
Listen.
That Al Horford, I think, is fucking hurt. Paul Millsap cannot fuck with David West.
The Pacers, I think, will win the series 4-2.
You think they'll win 2 games?
Absolutely, I think the Hawks will win 2 games.
Atlanta doesn't go to win shit. They're under 500.
Absolutely, I think they'll win 2 games. Daniel.
I have the Pacers winning. I actually have them sweeping the Hawks, but I think it will be a few tough games there. I think the Pacers will struggle with the Hawks.
Last game in the first round is Miami and Charlotte. Miami, Charlotte, big ups to them. Had a great season. Congratulations to Michael Jordan. I got Miami winning the series 4-1.
I have Miami.
Maybe I'll tell you 4-2. No, I'm going 4-1.
In the Miami Charlotte, I have to go with Miami, and they'll sweep the Charlotte Bobcats. Since 2010 and 11, they are 15-0 against the Bobcats. They will beat the Bobcats 4-0.
All right, we'll see. All right, over here in the West.
Daniel, what's your prediction?
They'll sweep the Bobcats.
Over here.
That's all I gotta say.
Over here in over here we got San Antonio and Dallas in the first round. Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki looked pretty good this year. They're back in the playoffs. San Antonio, however, always solid. I got San Antonio actually winning the series, but I do think Dirk's going to put up a final effort, a final shot at doing something in the playoffs, and they'll get him to 7 games. I think San Antonio wins 4 games. I think they win in 7.
I have to agree. The Spurs are way more experienced than the Mavericks. Even though the Mavericks do have championship winning guys, still the Spurs are the Spurs. They're a much better team than the Mavericks. So I think the Spurs will win in 6.
You think what?
The Spurs will win in 6. Dirk will put up a fight though.
All right.
I think Monta's inconsistency and their center position, Samuel Dallenberg versus Tim Duncan, the Spurs are winning.
Right.
6.
So Smidge.
What's your prediction, dude?
I actually think the Spurs will win 4-2.
Damn, they had Dallas now.
All right.
I think Dirk will put up a fight, but I don't think they'll take it to 7.
All right. Houston and Portland. I got Dwight. I think this will be a great series. One of the 2 best series of the first round, along with the Clippers and Golden State. I think Houston will ultimately win the series 4-3. I think it's going 7.
I have Houston in 6. Portland's young, so they're way less experienced in the playoffs than the Houston. So I think Houston will win.
Smidge.
I think they'll win 4-2.
All right.
I also have it going to 7. They're both very competitive teams. Dwight Howard and James Harden both do have finals experience. I think that will help them out too.
All right. So who you got winning?
I just said Houston.
Oh, you didn't? You said I got to go into 7. All right. This is going to be the most exciting series of the first round. Golden State and the Clippers. Listen, everybody's going to cuss me out on YouTube probably for this. I think Golden State's winning this series 4-3. I think they're going to win it in 7.
I actually agree with you, but I don't think it'll be in 7. I think it could be in 6.
It could be. It could be.
Because Chris Paul in the playoffs, he does put up good stats, but he is like 40% win percentage in the playoffs. So he is not a winner. And Golden State, man, they're young and they're hungry and they're ready to win. And they're playing free. They're not really looking for a championship yet. They're trying to play for the championship, but they're just trying to play to have fun right now. So I think Golden State will win. But I'm not going to be quiet.
I personally think Golden State's got it. I think the Clippers are just I think the Clippers are overrated.
Actually, I'm going to change my pick. Doc Rivers will coach the Clippers to win in 6 games. Because even though the Clippers they've been a bad organization for a long ass time. Doc Rivers is the greatest coach in the league.
So Byrd changed his pick.
They'll win in 6.
have the Clippers winning the series in 6, like Dave. Doc Rivers, who won a championship with the Boston Celtics. I think he has
fucking
a lot of,
6 years ago.
Listen, go ahead.
He has a lot of experience in the playoffs, and I think he can coach him to the.
I'll just say this, you heard it here first, folks. The Golden State Warriors will bank it past the LA Clippers. You heard it from Gunner on the Video Game Kingdom first, the upset. All right, we got Oklahoma City and Memphis. I'm not too excited about this series. Memphis always bores the shit out of me. I think Oklahoma City takes it in 6, 4-2.
OKC will sweep them. That's all I have to say. Zebo and Marc Gasol will put good fights, but I think their age could be a problem. And Mike Conley will not. He'll put up a fight against Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant will just destroy them.
All right, Smidge.
I have OKC winning in 5 games. I think they're the younger team.
Oh shit.
Let me finish.
Let me just copy what Dave said.
Memphis is getting up there. Zach Randolph is like 30. Marc Gasol is in his late 20s. So
Just come on, dude. You don't know how old they are. Just go ahead.
yes, I do know.
They're both in their 30s.
Huh?
Just
Both in their 30s.
go.
Marc Gasol's in his late 20s. He's like 29.
Do you want to date the man? Quit arguing about
No.
his age. And let's.
Well, I think OKC's gonna win.
And how many?
I have them
He's at
winning
5.
games.
All right. Now, with that said, as you can see with the simulation, they've got Toronto over here getting the win over Brooklyn, which is contrary to what most of us said. Everything over here seems normal. Over here, though, we had some. This is over here is exactly what I predicted. They picked the Clippers. But this right here shook things up. We got the Spurs and Houston eliminated, which definitely.
It's a possibility, though. Both.
In
Portland and Dallas, even though Dallas had HC, they were a very good team. I think they won like 50 games.
Well, in real life, I think we're going to have the Spurs and Houston here.
Yeah.
And I think that Houston is going to pull the upset and eliminate the San Antonio Spurs in round 2. 4-3, 7-game series, the best series in the entire Western Conference. San Antonio and Houston.
San Antonio will beat the Houston Rockets in 7. They will. And I actually think it could possibly be like a buzzer beater at the end of Game 7.
So I would have my thoughts. I would have Houston and San Antonio. I think Houston.
Well, no shit. We already established that with our first round predictions.
Let me finish my.
Well, then hurry up, man. You're boring them.
Well, I think I actually think Houston would beat them in 7.
All right, so we got that pretty much done. Me and Smidge thinks Houston's going to pull the upset over the Spurs, and Byrd thinks that the Spurs will continue their dominance in the Western Conference, which is definitely a possibility. Now down here, I have Oklahoma City and Golden State. I think Oklahoma City wins this series 4-2. I think it'll be great, but I think we'll get Oklahoma City getting the win, which will put Oklahoma City and Houston in my Western Conference Finals. Now, Smidge, you had Oklahoma City here, but you also had the Clippers. So you got Oklahoma City and the Clippers. Who do you got?
I have OKC winning, and ultimately I have it being OKC Houston. But
Good, bud.
Well, good. How many games is Oklahoma City going to beat the Clippers in?
they're gonna beat them in 5.
Speak.
They're gonna. I think OKC will beat the Clippers in 5 games.
Okay, Byrd.
Clippers will pull the upset. They will beat Oklahoma City.
You are drunk.
No, because
You are fucking high on crack.
No, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook
Crack,
is he's always hurt now. He had 3 procedures in the last year.
You're on heroin.
No, I'm not.
You're on smack.
DeAndre Jordan's better than Kendrick Perkins.
You
so
took mushrooms.
Are you gonna name every drug in the book, bud? Blake Griffin's better than Serge Ibaka. Doc Rivers is a hell of a coach, and the Clippers will pull the upset. And I think Clippers are deeper than Oklahoma City.
So we all got
Clippers
Oklahoma
will pull the
City
upset in 7 games.
Well, now that we see that cocaine's a hell of a drug,
I don't do crack.
we'll go to Indiana and Chicago. And here's where we got me and Byrd's teams facing off against each other. I think the Pacers have too much turmoil going on in their locker room right now. I think the Bulls win this series 4 games, 2-2 in 6. The Chicago Bulls pull the upset and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Smidge?
Pacers will win.
I said Smidge.
I actually have it 5 games. I just think the Bulls are better than the Pacers, and I think Pacers could probably only get about 1 game in.
That's nice. That's pretty good analyst work.
Pacers are the greatest defensive team in the league.
Sorry, the Bulls are right there with them.
Pacers are a better defensive team and a better offensive team than the Chicago Bulls.
I'm telling you, man, these goddamn Clipper drugs. You have been drinking moonshine.
No.
All right, go ahead. Explain to us your reasons.
The Pacers will win in 7 games. They'll win probably from Joakim Noah getting plantar fasciitis or some shit. But the Pacers are a better team than the Chicago Bulls. That's why I think they'll win.
We'll see.
Chicago, though, they'll put up a fight, though.
Down here, I think we all got Miami and Brooklyn. I think Miami wins that series, but I think it does actually go to 6. I think they'll go to 6 games. I think Miami pulls this series out 4-2 to give us a Bulls-Miami Eastern Conference Finals.
Miami will win against Brooklyn in 5 games. I think Brooklyn will get tired out in the Toronto series, so Miami's speed as well will make the Brooklyn Nets decimated. But they will steal a game, possibly game 2. They'll win an early game in the series, like 1 or 2, and then they'll lose 4 straight.
Not bad. Smidge.
I think it will be 6 games. I think the Nets have the talent to get 2 wins, but I think the Heat could stop them.
Stop them, yeah.
Right in their tracks.
Right in their tracks.
Right. All right. So let's go ahead and move. See who the simulation says.
Oh. They have Dwayne Wade breaking his arm, and Udonis Haslem breaking his arm.
That's interesting.
Oh my God, they're probably gonna. Oh, never mind. I'm probably wrong. Oh, they even have old Indiana in the. Damn, Heat's. Oh, got eliminated.
All right, so we're moving on to the Western Conference and the Conference Finals. As you can see, we got some shit going on the simulation, which is disgusting.
This computer's on crack.
This computer's on the same drugs that Dave's on.
I'm not on any fucking crack.
Okay, now the Western Conference Finals. In my world, we have Houston and Oklahoma City.
You're saying my world like I'm on crack.
No, in my world, we have Oklahoma City and Houston, and I think Oklahoma City. It's just right now Kevin Durant is unstoppable. He's the MVP of the league. I think Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder go back to the NBA Finals after a grueling 7-game series with the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. You Bert.
I have San Antonio and the Clippers. San Antonio will win. They'll win 6. Clippers will put up a fight, win a couple games, early games, and then the Spurs will just win 4 straight.
Hashtag acid trip.
So you have the Spurs back in the finals. That's not a bad choice. That's not a bad choice at all. Okay. Now Smidge has Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals against Houston. So go ahead and give me your predictions for.
I have to go with OKC. Even though Dwight Howard and James Harden both have finals experience, and I think they're both talented enough to make it to the finals, I think Katie.
I say something? You're saying that OKC doesn't have finals experience.
Right.
Kevin Durant does too. Russell Westbrook does too. Serge Ibaka does too. Kendrick Perkins has two, even in 2 NBA finals.
That's true. So go ahead and tell us your prediction, sir.
Well, what I have.
Because your analyst, your analysis sucks. So just give us your prediction, please.
Oh, I think it's gonna be the Thunder winning.
You need to speak.
Thunder's gonna win in 7 games.
All right. So 2 of us got the Thunder in the finals. 1 of us has the Spurs. In the East, I have the Bulls and the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think these are 2 of my favorite teams. The Bulls obviously are my favorite team. I got Miami winning this series 4 games to 2. Moving on to the NBA Finals to meet up with Oklahoma City. So I got Miami beating the Bulls in 6.
Me, I have the Pacers and the Heat in the conference finals. I think it depends on Wade's health. If Wade's not 70% at least, I think the Pacers can pull the upset in 7. But in all reality, I think the Heat will win in 6.
All right, so we all got okay, Smidge.
I have Miami and the Bulls in 7. Miami does have trouble with the Bulls.
Miami and the Bulls in 7. Who is your winner?
Well, I have the Heat winning.
Okay.
Miami does have trouble with the Bulls, as we saw last playoff and during the regular season. So I think it's going to take it to Game 7.
Right.
I think
the Bulls were the only team to stop the Heat's historic run.
Right. So we all 3 think Miami's coming out the East.
Yeah.
2 of us think it's going to be against Oklahoma City in the finals, and Dave thinks it's going to be the Spurs. Well, the computer thinks it's going to be the Pacers and Golden State in the finals.
Oh, God.
Which is very interesting. All right, so
that looks a lot like David's Acid World.
Yeah, it is. It does look like David's Acid World. Okay.
No, I'm not on acid or crack.
The NBA Finals in my world has Miami against Oklahoma City. We got the matchup, the dream matchup. LeBron against Durant for the 2nd time. Big rivalry. I think Durant comes up short again, and LeBron 3-peats. I think that's just as simple as that, and I think it only goes 6 games. I think Miami. I'd like to see. I hope it goes 7. I hope we have an epic finals. But I think that's what we need to see is Miami and OKC. I think it's the big money finals. And I'd love to see it, man. I think it brings me back to the Byrd Magic rivalry, and I think it's just wonderful. So I do want to see. This is what I want to see, and this is what I think we will see. Okay, Smidge, you also had the same finals matchup. Who takes it?
I have LeBron getting a 3rd ring. I have him in 7. I think Thunder's gonna put up a tough matchup.
All right. Byrd, you have the Spurs and the Heat in a rematch from last year.
I think the Spurs will win it.
#acid trip.
I have to agree with you. If the Spurs make it, I think they will beat the Heat.
They would beat them in probably 7 games. Because I think they're a much better team.
Spurs will have home court this time if they meet. I think the Spurs win it if they make it again.
And,
Greg Popovich is too good of a coach.
Tim Duncan's still putting up good stats. Tony Parker, healthy, rested. And they're a much better team depth-wise. They have Patty Mills is doing well. Marco Bellinelli. I think they'll win in 7, probably off of probably by a couple points in the end.
Absolutely. So with that being said, it's going to be a great playoffs. 2 of us have the Miami Heat winning the NBA 3rd NBA championship. 1 of us has the San Antonio Spurs. And I will say this: if the Spurs do make the finals, I gotta agree with that. But I don't think they're going to make it past Houston. I think Houston's going to get them. With that said,
Houston, I like Houston's team. The only reason they won't beat the Spurs is because they're not as deep.
Right. I'll tell you what. We got 2 people believing the Heat's going to repeat, 3-peat.
Who do you think the computer will have winning? I think they'll have Indiana.
Warriors.
We're going to finish up the simulation now. I'm rooting for
Warriors.
Golden State.
I know you are, but you guys just hate Indiana. That's the reason.
I hate the fucking Pacers. All right, let's go. Bam.
1 game.
Come on, Warriors.
2 games.
Come on, Warriors.
The computer is picking.
Oh.
Yes.
Matchup.
Yes. Steph Curry is. And the Pacers. The computer is picking the Pacers.
That's how you know this computer's on crack. Because the
Pacers, they can't be on crack.
Because
the computer.
The Pacers will never win an NBA championship throughout
Right.
2010 to 2020. They won't have an NBA championship.
So the computer's got the Indiana Pacers in 7 games, winning the NBA title over the Golden State Warriors. I have Miami winning over Oklahoma City. Smidge has Miami winning over Oklahoma City. Byrd has the Spurs winning over Miami. Hope you guys enjoyed our playoff preview and predictions and simulation. We'll holler at y'all next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that shit. Holler at y'all next time. Peace out.